God. Hello, my name's Alex. Communication, education, good or bad? Can you imagine living in a world where communication with everybody would be clear and understanding? What if people that you were communicating with knew exactly what you were saying? What if this could go from a dream to actual reality? When we have clear communication, we have a positive relationship and better connections with each other. In this speech, I will present why I believe communication should be incorporated throughout all levels of education from kindergarten through college. Communication is foundation of life, and we should have the goal to master it all. And in order to master communication, we should teach it all, like I said, throughout all education. Dr. John Gottman, who's an expert in relationships, says when people have effective communication, there is more positive and long-lasting relationships. Listening is also part of the communication. Listening is not just hearing, but actually understanding what is being said. According to the textbook that we used for our class, about 45% of our time as adults is actually spent listening. According to Julie Brownwell, who is the author of Listening, Attitudes, Principles, and Skills, states when it comes to relationship building, personal or professional, listening is that top skill. With so much of our time spent on just one component of great communication, how can we not be teaching this to our children? Along with listening, we need to make sure what and how we are perceiving messages we both send and receive. Do you know, in the Arabic culture, showing the palm of your shoe is actually considered an insult? Something as simple as just crossing your legs, very common here in the States. I mean, there's several of you just crossing your legs. It's normal here. Other places, it can be perceived as negative. According to the cross-culture expert Pelerigo Riccardi, the key word in the definition of culture is acceptance or familiarity. And so we do what is that in our culture. Lack of cultural awareness or lack of cultural understanding can actually conflict since communication is embedded in culture all around the world. We should also look at language and nonverbal communication, creating emotions with both the sender and receiver of the message. When communicating, we need to know who our audience is and adapt our words and body language to who we are sending the message to. When we are able to communicate with others effectively, we as humans overall have a better well-being. According to researchers Sheldon Cohen and Thomas Wills, when you have a strong communication skills, stress, anxieties, and conflicts are easier to navigate. My position on this question I just posed is we should be teaching it throughout school. It should be part of the core curriculum separate from writing and reading. There are many benefits produced when communication is part of the educational curriculum. As it's a little hard to read, but as this kind of shows, it can affect your career. Pretty much just, it's very important. The benefits can start at a young age when they first enter the education system, starting in kindergarten. Now, let's dig a little bit deeper into these benefits. Foundation skills are laid during elementary and some of the middle school years. Having a solid foundation helps to create effective communication in these years. We should focus on basic communication skills, understanding other points of view, the ability to be compassionate, and the ability to be an effective listener. Teaching students skills like this early on allows them to be more prepared to express their feelings, thoughts, and emotions in a positive and healthy way. When students have these strong foundation skills and are able to apply them, their academic, social skills, and relationships actually improve. While in high school, the education of communication should be concentrated and intense. At this level of education, when students have an early communication education, students can focus on interpersonal communication and cultural differences, with more understanding of the actual topics. Other skills at this point in the education of students would include constructive feedbacks, public speaking, teamwork, and the resolution of conflicts. The students expand their social circles, allowing them to practice some of these skills like conflict resolution. School lends itself to natural practice of teamwork and public speaking. When students have these skills, they're more employable. According to a study by Anderson in 2014, when looking to fill a position, companies are looking for those skills. They're very essential. By the time college comes around, the education should be focused on more complex skills like the critical thinking and persuasion. The complex skills would not be available at this level if we didn't start at kindergarten. Students should be behind in the ability to interact with others in group work that involves many options. They are needed to be active in the academic area with presentations, discussions, and writing papers. These skills are also looked for when companies go into a higher position with them. In conclusion, starting the education of communication is vital to the success of people in both their personal and professional lives. We need to make sure we are providing the education to improve our society, community, and world. We are investing in a better world and future when we move the education of communication to the foremost of the curriculum at all levels of the education system.